Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Here is Miss Sidra Iqbal, the course instructor and visiting teacher of Department of History and Arts, Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Bank Road Campus, Lahore. So I am again here with the course title of Foreign Policy of Pakistan for the program of Masters of History with the course code of HIST 4116. I hope you like or you can understand the previous lecture. So we will continue our next lecture. Here we are with the continuation of our topic Arab-Israel war with its second lecture. In previous lecture, we discussed the date, location, participants of the Arab-Israel war, introduction, background and causes. These all things we discussed in our previous lecture. Today we will continue from the events. We will discuss events, results and aftermaths of the Arab-Israel war. Actually, this is somehow a large topic. That's why we divided it into two lectures. Previously, we discussed our first lecture on Arab-Israel war, and now we are going to discuss our second lecture on the Arab-Israel war. So, we will discuss it, we will start it from the events. It was the bloodiest of Israel's war. It cost 6,373 killed in action from pre-state days until 24th July 1949. Almost 1% of the Jewish community, Jews community, you can call it Jews community and also, although that figure included quite a number of new immigrants and some foreign volunteers. 1948 to 49 war, a war started between Palestine and Israel. Almost 3 lakh Palestinians threw out from their territory, and they also took the control of Gaza Strip, Golan Strip and West Bank. They took the control of these three locations, as it's mentioned, Gaza Strip, Golan Strip and West Bank. In the first phase, 29 November 1947 to 1st April 1948. It was the Palestinian Arabs who took the offensive with the help of volunteers from neighboring countries. The Jews community had little success in limiting the war. It suffered severe casualties and disruption of passage along most of the major highways from in the first phase. In the second phase, which is started in from 1st April to 15th May, the Haganah took the initiative. In 6 weeks, was able to turn the tables, capturing Interalia, the Arab sections of Tibris, Haifa, and later also Safed and Acre, temporarily opening the road to Jerusalem and gaining control of much of the territory allotted to the Jewish state under the UN resolution. In the third phase, from 15 which started from 15 May to 19 July, considered the critical one, opened with the simultaneous coordinated assault on the fledgling state by 5 regular Arab armies from neighboring countries, which an overwhelming superiority of heavy equipment, armor, artillery and air force. These are the artillery which used during the war. On 31st May, the Haganah was remained the Israel Defense Forces. The IDF suffered initial setbacks, including the loss of the Adjoin block in Jordan, the area of Mishmar Hayarden in the north and Yad Mordai in the south, but after 3 weeks was able to halt the offensive, to stabilize the front and even initiate some local offensive operations. The fourth phase, 19th July, the fourth phase started from 19th July 1948 to 20th July 1949. The fourth phase was characterized by Israeli initiatives, Operation Yoav. Yoav in October cleared the road to the Negev, culminating in the capture of Beersheba. Operation Hiram at the end of October resulted in the capture of the Upper Galilee. Operation Horeb in December 1948 and Operation Yovda in March 1949 completed the capture of the Negev, which had been allotted to the Jewish state by the United Nations. These all are occurred in the fourth phase of the war, which started from 19th July 1948 to 20th July 1949. Simultaneously, the Arab countries signed armistice agreements. First came Egypt, 24th February 1949, followed by Lebanon 23rd March, Jordan 3rd April, Syria and Syria 20th July, Lebanon 23rd March, Jordan 3rd April and Syria 20th July. Only Iraq did not sign an armistice agreement with Israel. It preferred to withdraw its troops and hand over its sector to the Arab Legion of Jordan. In the end, Israel not only rejected the invading Arab forces, it also captured and held some 5,000 kilometers square over and above the areas allocated to it by the United Nations. So, I hope you can understand the events of the Arab-Israel war, which we discussed into phases. We discussed the four phases, the events divided into phases. We discussed in this lecture the four phases. I hope you can understand each and every phase. Now we are going to discuss the results. Israel 6,373 killed, about 4,000 fighters and 2,400 civilians. इसराइल के अंदर जो ऑफिशियली तौर पे रिकॉर्ड किया गया वो था कि तकरीबन 6,373 लोग जो हैं वो मारे गए हैं, जिनमें तकरीबन 4,000 फाइटर्स थे और 2,400 के करीब जो हैं वो सिविलियन लोग थे. अरब आर्मीज 3,700 to 7,000 किल्ड, 3,700 से 7,000 जो हैं उनके करीब लोग फौत हुए. और अगर हम कैलकुलेट करें पैलेस्टीनियन अरब्स को, तो पैलेस्टीनियन अरब्स फ्रॉम लाइक 3,000 to 13,000, 3,000 to 13,000 killed. Both fighters and civilians are killed from Palestine. हमने देखा कि अरब इसराइल में तकरीबन इसराइल में 4,000 फाइटर, कुछ 2,400 सिविलियंस के करीब लोग मरे. अरब आर्मीज में 3,700 से मतलब 3,700 से 7,000 तक लोग जो हैं वो मरे. और पैलेस्टाइन जो अरब्स थे उनमें 3,000 से 13,000 लोग जो हैं, जिसमें फाइटर्स और सिविलियन जो हैं दोनों ही शामिल थे, उन लोगों की डेथ्स हुई हैं. इजरायली विक्ट्री, पैलेस्टाइन अरब डिफीटेड, अरब लीग strategic failure, Jordanian partial victory, Egyptian defeat, and 1949 armistice agreement. Israeli victory, Jordanian partial victory, Palestinian Arab defeat, Egyptian defeat, Arab League strategic failure, 1949 armistice agreements. Aftermath, Israel lost 6,373 of its people, about 1% of its population at the time in the war. About 4,000 were soldiers and the rest were civilians. Around 2,000 were Holocaust survivors, The exact number of Arab casualties is unknown. मतलब उनके बारे में कुछ कैजुअलिटीज जो हैं वो मुकम्मल तौर पे जो एग्जैक्ट नंबर है वो मालूम नहीं. One estimate places the Arab death toll at 7,000. ये एस्टिमेट ही है कि जो है वो 7,000 के करीब जो है वो अरब की कैजुअलिटीज की डेथ होती है, इंक्लूडिंग 3,000 पैलेस्टीनियन, 2,000 इजिप्शियंस, 1,000 जॉर्डन एंड 1,000 सीरियंस. अब हमने ये देखा है कि जो इजराइल है उसने तकरीबन 6,373 के करीब जो है वो लॉस की जिंदगियां, जिसमें तकरीबन 4,000 सोल्जर थे और बाकी जो हैं वो सारे सिविलियंस थे. अब अराउंड 2,000 जो हैं वो होलोकॉस्ट सर्वाइवर्स थे, वो लोग जिनको होलोकॉस्ट लाइक जिसमें हिटलर ने ज्यूज को मारा था एक वो गैस चैम्बर्स में. अब जो अरब कैजुअलिटीज हैं उनके एग्जैक्ट नंबर का किसी को भी आइडिया ही नहीं है, बट एस्टीमेट ये है कि टोटल 7,000 थे, जिसमें 3,000 पैलेस्टीनियन हैं, 2,000 इजिप्शियन, 1,000 जॉर्डेनियंस और 1,000 जो हैं वो सीरियंस शामिल हैं. इन 1958 पैलेस्टीनियन हिस्टोरियन आरिफ al-Arif calculated that the Arab armies combined losses amounted to 3,700, with Egypt losing 961 regular and 2,000 irregular soldiers, and Transjordan losing 362 regulars and 200 irregular. अब ये कंबाइन सोर्स है जिसमें कहा जाता है कि इजिप्ट जो है उसने 971 रेगुलर और 200 इरेगुलर सोल्जर, और जो ट्रांस जॉर्डन है उसने 362 रेगुलर सोल्जर और 200 जो हैं वो इरेगुलर जो हैं उनका इन कैजुअलिटीज का लॉस हुआ है उसको. अकॉर्डिंग टू हेनरी लॉरेंस, the Palestinians suffered double to the Jewish losses, with 13,000 dead, 1,953 of whom are known to have died in combat situations. Of the remainder, 4,004 remain nameless, but the place, tally and date of their death is none, and a further 7,043 for whom only the place of death is known. Note their identities, note the date of their death. According to Lawrence, the largest part of the Palestinian casualties consisted of non-combatants of corresponds to the successful operation of the Israelis. To sum up this war, which we discuss into 2 lectures, we can say that in human terms, the War of Independence was Israel's costliest war, with over 6,000 Israelis were killed and 15,000 wounded. The war consisted of 39 separate operations fought from the border of Lebanon to the Sinai Peninsula and Elad. The Arab-Israeli War of 1948 broke out when 5 Arab nations invaded territory in the former Palestinian Mandate immediately following the announcement of the independence of the State of Israel on May 14, 1948. In 1947 and again on May 14th May 1948, the United States had offered de facto recognition of the Israeli provisional government, but during the war, the United States maintained an armed embargo against all belligerents. I thank you, students. I hope you can understand while listening the lecture. If you have any problem and any query, and if you have not to understand anything, you can text in Google Classroom or text me on WhatsApp. Goodbye.